This is the last DoorDash girl video I'm making before I get trolled into oblivion. I wrote something. I actually posted it on what is called again, X, former Twitter. It was too long, so I broke it down in several parts. Right, DoorDash. You're a $90 billion slave company that takes advantage of broke college kids and desperate young adults. You're perfectly capable of setting up a proper delivery service with your own branded whips, uniforms, and the decency to treat people like humans. Instead, you keep it free for all, with no structure, so you can get away with paying pennies on the dollar while putting people in situations where they can be shot at, mugged, or indecently exposed. You have no workplace safety, no benefits, no support or accountability for the slaves that made your company worth $90 billion. Olivia wasn't the first, nor she'll be the last to experience something like that while working for your company. What was first for a situation like this? Was she being heard? She was heard loud and clear. They gave other people courage to speak out. Right then and there you got to work. You spent approx $700,000 on AI and bots and view farm factories in Asian countries to shift the narrative from the guy pretending to be asleep with his dick out and door open to she pushing the door. If you stopped there, I wouldn't have bothered to take a second look at your despicable existence. But you then went ahead and targeted black content creators specifically on TikTok and paid them to skyrocket with this she pushed the door open theory. You took a group of people and used them as a meat shield for your slave company, capitalizing on their personal tension between them and white women due to personal IRL experiences they might have had unrelated to this. Olivia's videos 5 out of 7 exactly weren't about she freaking out over seeing a dick. It was about DoorDash banning her. It was about she losing her job. It was Olivia versus corporations, which is obviously nobody would have sided with the corporation over a flesh and blood person who lost her job in this economy. At the current state of the United States, especially. Realizing the hole that you're in, you spent thousands to shift the narrative from Olivia versus corporations to Olivia versus a guy who was just in his house. I've never stepped foot in America. And I like to think it's not a country where I can be butt booty naked, swinging my dick at someone's daughter, with the clear intentions of showing it to her. But then I can get away with it because I was within my property. I don't know American dad who teaches his daughter to just stay quiet when some loser flashes her with his junk. I don't know American brother who tells his sister to just stay quiet when some loser flashes her with his junk. I don't know American husband or boyfriend who tells his woman to just be okay with seeing dicks at her job. I don't know American who consciously sided with the loser with his pants down on a couch with his door open over a girl who was working to pay for her existence rather than sitting on her ass with government assistance. There was no conscious Americans involved in your shenanigans. It was all AI, bots, and third world country farms that you used to drive the narrative against her, that you used to drive the algorithm against her. The message behind all of this is very clear. Know your fucking place, is what you said without saying to all the people who even thought of coming out with these stories. Olivia Henderson is a conventionally attractive woman who was heard and got shot down immediately, resulting in people questioning their own palatability in the eyes of society. What if the next person is fat? What if the next person is too short or too tall? God forbid, be black or any other color other than white. If you're gonna drag a white woman through the streets, through the internet, for having a red face while she's overwhelmed and screaming, I am the victim, then what will happen to those who are less than perfect? I'll tell you what will happen. They'll never speak out, and your $90 billion company will grow. It'll grow at the expense of college kids, broke young adults, or desperate parents who just want to try and provide for their kids. You don't have to treat them as employees. You don't have to give them any workplace safety or take any accountability or whatsoever. Because why would you? These are dashers. These are freelancers. Or in other words, these are slaves. Tell you what, grow your $90 billion company. Grow your $90 billion company. I'll watch. Alright, now that I'm done recording the scripted part, this is where I talk about my personal opinions about this whole situation based on what I've seen. Obviously, I didn't go out of my way to figure everything out. I didn't go with a fucking mission or vendetta. It is simply what the algorithm has presented me with, and what I basically think about it. I didn't see the first two videos, the videos people talk about where she pushed open the door and blah blah and all of that. It's been a month. If you still don't have not just you, if the internet does not have a hold of a video that was uploaded to TikTok and had several thousand people see it, and you still can find the video on the internet, that video didn't exist. So, off the top, she did not push open the door. Now, other than that, what have I seen? It's just gonna be another video where I have to edit a lot because I am tired of editing. But in her first video, she says she was supposed to drop off food. Actually, this part of the video is not even about you guys. I'm not even making the video for you guys to see. It's for just so I don't forget what I remember now. And also, I collected a bunch of stuff and I'll just dump it on this part of the video. Alright, so what did I think about the whole situation? I think that the DoorDash girl got set up. The DoorDash girl was dumb. She didn't know who she was dealing with, and she was sloppy. The last time I checked, being an idiot or being less than perfect fucking genius is not a crime, and she's only human. So, what do I remember? What do I remember? What do I remember? I remember she. You know, the more I talk about this, the more I realize that all this stuff, I should just leave it to whenever I actually, yeah, I am gonna do that. I'm instead of just talking right now. You know, my problem is, you know what my problem is? I think people can see inside my head, or people can hear my thoughts. That's why I jump around so much. So to myself, it makes sense because I know what I was saying, and then I know what I was gonna say, and then I changed from what I was gonna say to saying something different, which makes perfect sense to me because I knew what I was gonna say, and I flipped, I moved away from it. But to just someone random who's watching or listening to me, it's pretty retarded. But yeah, this whole idea of this video was for me to just record everything that I know and remember, and every opinion I have about the whole situation, and just have it here, just so I don't forget. But I realized while talking to the camera that I already have all the videos downloaded. The videos I'm talking about, the videos that I'm gonna dump at the end of the video, I already have them downloaded. So even if I visit them a year later, a few years down the line, I think I'm gonna have the same opinions, I guess. But yeah, here's something funny. So I noticed a trend, and this is gonna be a conspiracy theory. Well, not a complete conspiracy theory because I have solid proof of it. I have a friend who DM'd me, all excited that they are getting paid $50 to make a video uh, about the DoorDash girl, just reporting it. They didn't say it like the DoorDash reached out to them and offered them money to shit on this person, DoorDash girl. They were just because the narrative was already shifted. All they had to do was just pay random people to make a video about how the narrative was at the time, and the narrative at the end was she pushed open the door, she got into his house, he went to his bedroom, she went to his bedroom and then filmed him and blah blah and all of that, and then there was and then and then there was AI and stuff. So here, okay, so it's not a complete conspiracy theory. It's just, I guess, it's just noticing a pattern, right? All the people that are supporting the DoorDash girl, all the people they were saying that what she did was right, but then they were also saying that she should not have posted online. And in that group of people, there's just people. There are just all kinds of people. There's men, there's women, there's white women, there's black women, there's me. I'm not even American, not from the place, and even me, there is, based off what I've seen. And on the other side, this is very very suspicious. On the other side, who are blaming the DoorDash person, who were um, taking the side of this innocent man who was just in his house, naked with the front door open, in a city like New York, where you get mugged or shot or fucking people breaks into your homes and stuff, and people steal stuff, and this innocent good Samaritan, he was just sleeping. Obviously, he was just sleeping. In that group, it's fraudulent. I still can't say that word, but most of them in that group are just black men. Like, let's say I watched 100 videos where they were against the DoorDash girl, and 90 of them were black men. Let's say 5 of them were black women, and the rest of the 5 were gay men, which is very very suspicious. Like, why just black man, black woman, and then gays? You know, you realize why I first said it's a conspiracy theory, because hopefully I don't have to say it out loud. Hopefully you guys are smart enough to know where I'm going with this. But yeah, I am gonna keep this one in the bag, and I'll dump all the videos that I've collected at the end of this video, and we'll see in a year, 2 years, or whenever I have a more solid ground to speak on. But yeah, just to because the video is already 7 minutes long, and the other one is probably also 7 minutes, let's just drag it down to 30, because why not? So let's just first start from what happened. So she got to the door, right? She got to the door was wide open. She was dropping down food, and the guy was naked. And people are saying you should not have filmed it. Why not? How do you just live your life saying dicks? Is that something that is just acceptable at this point? This is what you have settled on as a society. So yeah, in my opinion, she should have 100% filmed it. Should she have uploaded to internet? No. No. But because this is me being 6ix9ine, okay? I am Takashi 6ix9ine now. So because she posted it on the internet, now it's like okay for that man to be naked, intentionally naked. Because remember, he was naked first, then she took the video. But because she took the video and then uploaded it, some magically that goes in the past and makes it reasonable for him to be naked with his door open while expecting delivery. When have you ever fallen asleep after you wanked your meat? I've fallen asleep a lot of times after I wanked my meat. It was no fucking instant sleep. It was never so instant that I didn't clean up after myself. It wasn't so instant that I didn't feel disgusted of the thing that I just did. It was never so instant, or I was never so tired. I'm tired right now. I can't open my fucking eyes. I have a medical condition, and even with my lifelong medical condition, I have never been so tired that I would not have pulled my pants up. That's one thing. Now, secondly, look at the position that guy was sleeping in. Have you ever fallen asleep with your feet up like that? Have you ever fallen asleep in a fucking like this? Your head is up, your feet is up, and your fucking stomach is down like that. Is that a sleeping position to you? Not to me. Plus, back to the wanking up. Since I've attached my face to this whole another man beating his meat topic, I don't think I need to hold anything back. But what kind of premature ejaculation was that, because when I'm wanking, I'm sweating. That's it's a good 7 to 8 minutes wanking session, and after a 7 to 8 minute wanking session, I'm sweating, entire face sweating. I'm huffing because I'm out of breath. What kind of quick job was it? Like, how fast do you come? That you just doesn't matter to you. You can just fall asleep, because when I'm sweating, I can't sleep. I'm uncomfortable. I'm physically incapable of falling asleep after doing that. But apparently he was asleep. All right. What else have I seen people say? New York law. So something something New York law 25 blah blah. You think New York law matters? Really? New York law. Playboy Cardi is a 30-year-old man, grown ass nigga, pretending to be a fucking vampire. And y'all have listened to his. I don't even have to mock it. That's New York. That is not the pinnacle of human decency. You should not hold New York up here when you're judging people's behaviors. No. And it doesn't matter if it's New York or not. Okay, here's an example. Indians drink cow piss. Indians eat cow shit. And there are 1 billion Indians. 1 fucking billion of them. So because 1 billion people, because 1/7 of the Earth's population eats shit and drinks piss, now it's logical for you to say, it's logical for you to recommend to me eating shit and drinking piss. That's what you use in an argument to win against me, where someone is saying no, eating shit and drinking piss is no. And then you come out and say, oh, but 1 billion Indians drink piss and eat shit. Is that, I'm not even fucking arguing with you. Like, I'm seriously concerned. Like, have you fallen to that level where you use some fucking out of context random shit to justify your argument, because you're losing? Like, are you really that pathetic? Some people came out and said, oh, in New York, blah blah, this is the law, 2569, my ass. Speaking of 69, New York, when Tekashi 69 went to jail, entire New York was celebrating, and then they were calling him a rat. They were calling him a rat because he ratted on criminals, he ratted on people that rape, he ratted on people that murder, he ratted on people that steal, he ratted on people that run rackets, he ratted on horrible people. And the entirety of New York was like, oh, he's a rat, oh, he's a rat. And you hold New York as the pinnacle of judgment, and New York law is above all of it, above fucking common sense. That's why 6ix9ine is back now, and he's taking over the internet. And I think this whole low-rich girl situation would make a comeback, just like 6ix9ine, or even bigger. Because what the fuck are you guys on about? I think the shit and piss example was not it was okay, but like, I know some of you, like most of you, are retarded, so I'll dumb it down even a little bit more. So back to India and 1 billion Indians So 1 billion Indians live in a situation where there are puddles in the road, broken roads. They live in a situation where there's constant honking on the road, and they don't have constant electricity. Their power goes down, and all the other stuff. I'm tired. I'm fucking out of breath. And this is really annoying stuff. Like, I'm annoyed myself that me as a person, 24-year-old, having this conversation with real grown people on the internet, and I have to dumb it down so much. So 1 billion Indian, and you have to count them as people because So 1 billion people in a country living with broken roads, puddles everywhere. They step into shit when they go out of the house. There's constant air pollution and sound pollution, and there's not stable electricity. Now, because there's 1 billion people in a country dealing with all this stuff, am I now fucking wrong when I complain about something that's happening to my life? Let's say I complain that there's broken roads outside my house. There's puddles on the ground when I'm going to office or going to anywhere. And if I complain it to the authorities, or I complain about my government or my city that's not fixing this, do you think you look smart? And do you think you look reasonable or smart, or I don't have any fucking sarcastic words, but back to just let's just use the word smart. Do you think it's smart for you to come up to me and say, stop complaining, there's 1 billion people living in worse conditions than you? Really? Really? So because India has this and that and blah blah, I am wrong. Not only I am not allowed to complain, I am wrong to complain. That's basically it. Because New York has a law of this and that. Now I'm not only I can't complain about a man naked in front of me, I am wrong to complain about a man that is naked in front of me with the intentions of showing his dick to me. Plus, now let's really dumb it down, because this video is fucking 19 minutes now, and the previous one is like we are way past 30 minutes. So let's really dumb it down. So the felonies that she had was unlawful surveillance and then distributing it. Let's just first go to the first one. Do you think when people made that law of unlawful surveillance, were they thinking, oh yeah, people lay in their front door, in front of their front door naked, and people wank, so to protect people that wank in front of their front door and then fall asleep naked, to protect them, we're gonna make this law? I'm really dumbing it down. That's a real question. I'm not arguing with it. This is a human to human question. Do you think when they made the law of unlawful surveillance, were they making the law to protect people to wank in front of their front door open and then falling asleep naked? Or were they, by some fucking retard, because smart people makes law to protect people who wank in front of this front door and then fall asleep with their pants down? That's smart people. Or the retards from hundreds of years ago, or I don't know how many years ago that law was made up. Or maybe the law was made up by some retards who were thinking that it's illegal or it's fucking annoying for someone to spy in my house when I am in my house. Which one is it? Did they make up the law so nobody can fucking insert a drone into my house just because I have my window open? Is that the reason for the law? Or is it the reason for the law that I can now open my front door, wank my meat, and then fall asleep naked. Now I'm giving a little bit of sass, right? You can tell by the way I'm speaking. I'm annoyed, but I'll back up, okay? I'm not attacking you, I'm backing up. This is a real human to human question. Do you think when the law was the law made to protect someone in this situation, or the law was made so that I can't be spied in my own house? Which one is it? So if it's the later one, if the law was made so I cannot be spied in my own house, I cannot be video recorded in my own house, so I can have a house, god fucking damn it, so I can have a house that can get some sunlight. That's literally the law. The law exists because people have windows, and windows have glasses, and you can sometimes see through the glasses. So to prevent some jackasses peeking into my house with absolutely no reason, that's the law. And if that's the law, then this guy is finding loopholes to whistle out of the degeneracy that he did, and then also blaming it on the girl, because that's the way you're bending and shifting the law and being like, yeah, why she got arrested then? If she's innocent, why did she got arrested? That's people on the internet. If she's innocent, why did she get arrested? You think the law was made so I'm repeating myself. You think the law was made so I can open my door, wank my meat, and fall asleep with an open door with my pants down? Who made the law thinking that? Who sat down and thought, yeah, we should protect our rights to wank in front of an open door, and our rights to fall asleep in front of an open door, and our rights to fall asleep naked, not even comfortable naked, uncomfortable fucking, you know how when you pull your pants down and the rubber gets like stuck in between the if this is the knee, what's this side? I'm talking about this side, like the opposite side of the knee, and it's like itches and like it's pulling, and it's like the rubber on your pants is like pinching on your fucking skin. That's another point, but let's forget points. Let's forget points because we are having a dumbass retarded conversation, and I've repeated it for like 10 minutes now. Do you really think people sat down and said, we are making this law because we need to protect our rights of wanking our meat with front door open, and we need to protect our rights to fall asleep with front door open while uncomfortably naked? Because that is fucking retarded. I cannot believe there are any people, not even actual retards, because actual retards are cool. I've hung out with actual retards, they're fun. They're not this level of retarded. And the next one is the second felony that she had is distributing something. Okay. Again, dumbing it down. And I'm sorry about the sass. I'm literally incapable of controlling it when I'm having this level of stupid conversation. I am annoyed beyond my control. I'm literally trying so that we can have, even though it's a one-sided conversation, but like, it's not a welcoming situation where when I'm bitching to someone, I want to have a talk. Now, I'll sit down a bit. Now, about the distribution, do you think when they made the law, they were making the law to protect an individual, protect me? Were they making the law to protect me and my rights to wank with an open door, and my rights to falling asleep, and my rights to not be videoed when I'm naked in front of an open door? Or the law was made. So if some bitch ass has a secret camera in a fucking what is called in a fucking hotel, and you or I mean nobody wants to like film a guy. So let's say your girlfriend, was the law made to protect your girlfriend who went to a shower in a hotel where there was a secret camera? And if the video recording gets out, gets published, that's kind of porn. So people need to have a law to prevent other people from doing it. And why am I saying people? Other fucking, you know what they are. Which one is it? Look at my hands. On this hand, hold on this hand, I have me wanking my meat with that door open, and I fall asleep naked. So what's the second felony? Was the distribution of something made to protect my rights of falling asleep naked? Falling asleep, by the way, I'm not saying I'm asleep. This means I'll get to that. Or is it this hand, or is the law this hand, where it's against people who secretly video, not just hotel. Even if somebody secretly recorded you in your house, you don't have to be naked. What if you just have underwear on, and or you have really short clothes on, or you don't have a okay. Let's shift it from sexual to funny or just bullying. What do you have? What if you have a torn underwear as a man? I'm not talking about a woman. As a man, you have an underwear with the hole, and you have tank top that's you know is it ripped in a couple of places. Basically, you look like a very very poor person. But you're within your house and you are cooking, and it's very hot, so you don't have any other clothes on, and the window is open. Why? Because again, it's hot and you're cooking, and some jackass passing by records you and uploads it to the internet, mocking you for being poor because you have holes in your underwear and you have torn a t-shirt, a wife beater on that is torn. Out of the scenarios, which hand are you choosing? Which hand do you think people sat down and made the law of distributing something, basically made distribution of something illegal to protect who? Is it to protect you in your house, just wearing kind of bad, kind of beat up clothes, cooking, or is it to protect someone who beats his meat in front of an open door, in front of not just an open door, the door of your house? There's that. It's not one door and then there's another door and it's a bedroom. Nah. Front door. Was the law of illegal distribution, blah blah, made to protect someone who falls asleep with an open door with his pants down? I think the answer is no. That law was made for protecting people from secret cameras or just people being assholes and recording people without their knowledge and then distributing it for something. So that's two felonies, and I have explained two felonies with as dumb as it can get. I cannot believe me as a grown person is having to have this conversation, because I thought this is just common sense. I thought all of us knew when a case is a case and when a case is just, So two felonies explained. And in none of the explanation, do I even have to say the rest? I don't think so. Okay, now back to this thing. I'm gonna attach this video at the end of this video. I literally seen this guy on TikTok. I'm doing this with my hand because like, ugh, this grown ass fucking man, this grown ass nigga is on TikTok talking about she admitted it. She admitted it. He was asleep. Really, literally his words. She admitted it that he was asleep. She said, quote for quote, she said he was asleep. Does this mean she admitting that he was asleep, or this, you know, through common sense, even I have it, and I'm not even from America. Just from being on the internet, just from people using this, I know what it means. It means saying something but meaning something else. So when I say sleeping, I obviously mean that I don't buy that this guy is sleeping. And this fucking thing is screaming on TikTok. She admitted it. She admitted it. He was asleep. No amount of fucking therapy and then pills is gonna be able to fix me, or no, why am I saying fix me? Relieve me of this tiredness, because oh my god, this is tiring. Oh my god, this is tiring. If I cannot believe that I share a fucking globe. Is it a globe or what is it? I share a planet with you fucking retards. I've always said that God's funniest joke to him is making me look like this and then giving me the abilities that I have. Not all my life, most of my life. Since I've realized what has happened to me, I have said it to my friends as a joke, or even I sometimes even meant it, that God's funniest joke is making me like this and then giving me all the perks that I have. And I think God's second funniest joke to him, I don't think it's funny. I think God's being actually, I'm afraid to call him that. My life's not been going very good, so I'm not gonna say it. But God's being fill in the gap. God's being fill in the gap by making me look like this, and also giving me the ability to do all the things that I can do. And God's second funniest joke to him is making me and then fucking throwing me off into this dirt ball with you fucking dumbasses. It's inhuman. I. What the fuck?
You was not lying. Here's a video of somebody defending the DoorDash girl after she was arrested.
No, I still think that we're focusing on the wrong part of the story here.
Don't scroll, it gets worse.
The jokes, the laughing at her, the ridicule. When at the end of the day, she walks into this house with the door open and a man has his junk out. Everybody's defense of him still predicates on the fact that he is asleep. Do we know he's asleep? No, not with any confidence.
We do know he was asleep because she admitted it to the police herself in her complaint, posted by multiple lawyers, and you can look it up yourself. She admits to the police that he was sleeping when she pulled up to his crib to drop off the food. Not only the man told police he was out at the bar that night, and when he woke up from his slumber, he seen his door wide open with food by the door. She also only reported this a day after she posted all those videos online. Mind you, she falsely accused him of SA when he was knocked out on his couch. She uploaded a video for profit. So y'all keep on trying to make it seem like Shotty is also a victim in this. I don't see it, because she literally falsely accused him of doing something actually to her, when in fact, bro was passed out on the couch in his crib. It doesn't matter how much proof is put in y'all face, bro. Y'all gonna still find ways to argue.
Oh, I can't wait to see all the videos that's about to come out over the next couple of days of everybody being like, I should have never spoken about the DoorDash girl. I should have just been quiet. But I still believe her. Some of y'all gonna look so damn stupid. Because see, this is what happens when people get online and they don't know how to separate fact from feeling. When you understand the law, it doesn't matter what you personally believe. When you understand the law, then you need to know how to separate fact, legal facts, versus feelings. This is what happens when you get online and you don't know how to separate offended from assaulted. Two totally different things. And for some of y'all who got on here and honestly believe that that girl didn't do anything wrong, you are absolutely insane. Because in no world is it legal for you to take a video of somebody fully exposed and post them online without their damn permission when that person made zero physical contact with you. Y'all honestly believe that she wasn't going to face any criminal charges for that? Yet now she has 2 possible felony charges. That baby is on her way to court. What did you think was going to happen? Y'all were so caught up in it. Well, you got to believe the victim. The victim is always the victim. The victim. Let me tell you something. Do you know how many black men have died due to the voice of a white woman claiming that she was assaulted by a black man? And come to find out that was a full-on damn lie. But that black man either lost his life or spent years behind bars that he can no longer get back. Child, bye.
The DoorDash girl just got arrested. Yeah! I mean, who would have thought that recording a guy in the safety of his own home naked and then posting it online for millions of people to see would have got her arrested? These are the papers for her arrest. Her name is Olivia Henderson, and she got arrested for unlawful surveillance. And it's so crazy because she came on here talking about I'm the victim! Well, now the police are telling you you're not the victim, and now the only time she'll actually be a victim is when she's in jail and a big black lesbian woman
takes her pull.
Remember, I'm the victim. And they took down my video. They were gonna have to pay me.
And we have yet another update on Olivia, aka DoorDash Girl, IRL Monster High Doll. We know she was arrested a few days ago. We also now have the police report that she filed against Austin. Here, I'll show it to you here. So pause to read, but it's on 10/14. Olivia Henderson made a public lewdness complaint. She said she was door dashing and he was sleeping on the couch with no pants on, sleeping. Said she put the food on the front porch and left. They actually spoke to Austin, said he went out the night before. He woke up and realized the door was open. Said he thought he had shorts on in the photo. Said this is not normal for him. And the police officer said if it's a recurring issue, it could potentially be a problem. But at this time, there's no applicable charges due because lack of intent and because Austin was within his own home with no view to the public, aside from Olivia being on his private property to make the delivery. All of this comes from Stephanie. She's an amazing attorney in New York. Go check her stuff out. She really breaks it down. We now have a lot more pieces of the puzzle. We have this police complaint record. We have her arrest record. We have an upcoming court date in December 4th, I believe. Does this change anyone's opinion? I really want to know. I said it from the beginning. I thought she was in the wrong. I got ate up in the comments when I first said this. I said there's no way that you can record someone inside their home and distribute it on a platform that has minors on it, and that was okay. Because, and honestly, she was like, if this was SA, then aren't you SAing us? Anyway, let's talk about it in the comments, y'all, because I got to go to bed. Oh, and on my last video, I said surveillance. I don't know why I said that. It's not a word. I'm sorry, y'all. Surveillance. I think I was trying to read and talk at the same time. And then I didn't realize it till y'all started typing surveillance. I promise I'm not a complete moron. Okay, good night.
I was a victim of SA by a DoorDash customer while I was doing my job as a DoorDash driver.
No, she wasn't, and now we have a lot more proof. The Oswego City Police Department issued a statement today. And in this statement, it looks like there may actually be Ring doorbell footage or some other video footage that we have not seen. Let's look at the statement together, guys. It's 2 screenshots because it's a lot of information. Let's get into it. On 10/13, an incident was reported to the police department from 10/12. It was reported that a male DoorDash customer had been inside nude in inside his residence, when the delivery driver dropped off the food order. The investigation was initiated with the police department, which it was discovered that the delivery driver had taken video of the nude male. The video, along with subsequent investigation, indicates that the male was incapacitated and unconscious on his couch due to alcohol consumption, like we guessed. The video was taken from the exterior of the male's residence. The DoorDash driver subsequently posted the video to social media where it drew significant attention. Yes, it did. It was further discovered that the DoorDash driver had made claims of being sexually assaulted during this incident. The investigation by the PD determined there was no sexual assault occurred. The male in the video cooperated with police and provided a statement, so he did make a statement. This investigation ultimately led to the arrest of Olivia for recording and disseminating a video. These are her charges: 1 count of unlawful surveillance in the second degree, 1 count of dissemination of unlawful surveillance. So that's when she put it on TikTok. These are both felonies, friends. The police department continues their investigation. That does not sound good for her. Independent video related to the incident has been collected and reviewed by the police department. There's footage somewhere other than what she took. They have asked if you have any tips. They're going to regret that. People are going to be calling. So to summarize, the video that was independently collected does not look good for her. I also think the continued investigation does not look good for her. These are potential felonies. Guys, you need to really critically think before we're recording people inside of their own homes and posting them on TikTok, okay? All right, let's talk about it in the comments.
The DoorDash girl, also known as Olivia Henderson, has just been arrested. Let's go! So, who would have guessed whenever you record a guy in his own home naked, you're gonna face some consequences. And in this case, you're going to prison. She has 2 severe charges she was just charged with. 1 being unlawful surveillance, which recording a guy in his own home will do that. And then 2, posting the unlawful surveillance onto the internet, which she did. And then afterwards, after she posted it, she got fired and then went on the internet and was like, I'm the victim, I gotta say it, which clearly didn't happen. And I think it's very ironic that she was trying to get justice for herself and send the guy to prison for SA, and she's the victim. Well, how the tables have turned. You are going to jail now, and your digital footprint is permanently fucked, because this is going to be permanently on your record, Olivia. Oh no. Would you imagine that? You're going to be working at Arby's for the rest of your life. Maybe you can say what's up to Gerbert while you're at it. Oh my goodness. I think it is hilarious. I'm so thankful that the county jail actually took action and found her and, collected all the evidence, started a case. The dude started a case against her. So thank you that justice has been served and this didn't get swept under the rug and, it was just another internet theory that nothing ever happened and she lived on with her life. Well, her life's done and it really sucks to see because she is a young individual. So it sucks, but actions have consequences. And in this case, whew, it stings, doesn't it?
If the genders were swapped in the DoorDash girl situation, I guarantee you, the DoorDasher would be immediately canceled. His life would be ruined, his friends and family would abandon him, and he would end up as some homeless bum, bro, forgotten completely. Because imagine this, right? Imagine a guy, is a DoorDasher, goes inside someone's house, trespassing, takes a video of this woman naked inside her own house, and posts it online saying he got SA. What do you think would happen? We all know what would happen. We would all treat him like a piece of crap, expose him for what kind of perverted degenerate he is, and get him canceled, get him fired. But just because the DoorDasher is a girl, it just doesn't happen to her. But, in this situation, it does, alright? There's a pretty good ending here, albeit it's not as equally as harsh as the punishment would be if she was a guy, but this is good enough. Honestly, she's getting called out, everyone is seeing past her lies, past her bullcrap, and getting her fired. This is pretty good, guys, alright? The double standards may still exist, but I think, we're definitely getting rid of it. We're getting rid of it slowly. It's a slow process, and with time, it'll eventually happen, alright? So I'm pretty proud of you guys.
For anyone who works at DoorDash or Uber Eats or any other food delivery service company, here's a tutorial for you on how to drop off food.
Now this goes for Uber Eats, DoorDash, really anything. You're gonna walk up to the door, right? Walk up to the door. You're gonna set the food down in front of the door. Now you're gonna walk away. You're gonna walk away from the door. If you see that it's open a crack, you don't wanna open it. Because since they're in the comfort of their own home, you might see something you don't wanna see. So, just refrain from opening their door. Close the door. Don't open it. Then you're going to set their food on the ground and you're gonna walk away. And that's it.